Hello, I want to talk to you about a method that I've found helped me in curing my tennis elbow. Now, my tennis elbow, full disclosure, is not fully healed because I still do feel it a slight little bit, just very slightly, but not to the point of feeling any pain, but just knowing that it's there. And according to the WebMD and the National Institutes of Health, tennis elbow can take 6 months to a year, sometimes even 2 years to cure. And I'd been suffering from tennis elbow for about 4 months before I started this treatment. And I found that, and I started this treatment because I was just under such agony with tennis elbow. Tennis elbow it's so hard to deal with. Living with it is such a nightmare because it's like you can't pick up anything with the affected arm. Like you can't reach out and pick anything up without shooting pain all the way up and down your arm. But this guy that I saw said that he was able to treat tennis elbow using castor oil. And castor oil is available in this bottle for me. I went to Walmart here in the United States and I bought it for like $4. So it's very cheap. And what you do is you take the castor oil and you take some kind of a cloth. In this case, I took a sock and I cut the bottoms off of it. And I cut a little chunk out of this sock, about this big. And you take the castor oil and you apply the castor oil. This one's already kind of soaked. You apply the castor oil, and or a couple of drops, probably I would say probably about a teaspoon of castor oil, and then you'd kind of fold up the rag and squeeze just to get it nicely saturated. And once it's fully saturated, to the point where it's not dripping oil, but where the whole entire thing is covered in oil and it's got a good amount on it, you then place the rag on the affected site. And then you take a sheet of saran wrap. This one's already been used a little bit, but it'll work. So you take a sheet of saran wrap and make sure that it's long enough to go all the way around your arm. Then you apply it like this. And once it's applied, you wrap the other end around. Of course, it doesn't work now because this sheet's already been used. But all right, so you wrap it around. Now it's got a good seal, and you got the affected part of your arm is covered with this rag. Now you'll take the rest of that sock right here, and you'll pull it up and over the affected site. And with that, it then keeps that plastic wrap in place. There. And this guy said that he was able to cure his tennis elbow in 5 nights. He would put this on at night and then wake up in the morning, take it off, and then reapply at night. And did that for 5 nights in a row. And the 5th night, he was he woke up and he was pain-free. For me, it wasn't quite that fast for me. This guy said that he was suffering from tennis elbow for years before he tried this treatment, and once he started doing the treatment, then it cleared up really fast. I'd only been suffering for about 4 months, and I found that it took me about 12 days, almost 2 weeks to cure. But it's still better than having to wait 6 months to a year. I was looking up other treatments concerning castor oil packs, and apparently castor oil packs are something that are fairly popular in terms of alternative medicine. People use gigantic castor oil packs on their stomachs. They put them kind of like where their liver is, like a gigantic pack here with a big plastic sheet over the top of it. And then and then what they would do to get the oil into their system is they would use some kind of a heating or a hot pack, or a hot pad, um, like a hot water bottle or something. So I was like, and I've heard that it's a good idea to get increased circulation to the affected area, because that'll help it cure faster. So I used just a sock filled with rice, and in fact, it's more than just one sock. It's 3 socks. So it's a sock that's filled with rice, that's tied off, and then stuffed into another sock, which is then stuffed into another sock. So it's actually 3 socks. And the reason why I do that is because when I just had it as one sock, um, I'd get this thing microwaved, and I'd microwave it for about 3 minutes so that it's good and hot, and I'd put it on the affected site, and it was so hot that it was almost to the point of burning me. And so I also, with just the one sock, the holes that are in the sock were starting to spread out a little bit, and a little bit of rice was coming out. So I took I took the sock and I stuffed it in another one, and then I took that sock, being like, well, now I only got one sock left over, so I put that one in this sock, and so it's actually 3 socks. And I find it works a lot better because having the 3 socks, the cloth of the 3 socks acts as a little bit of insulation. So when you get it really good and hot and you apply it, it's not overwhelming in terms of the heat. And also with it having a lot of insulation, it retains its heat a lot better. So it doesn't rapidly cool off. It stays nice and warm for a long time. And the treatment for the castor oil packs on the liver, for detoxifying, said to keep the heat on for about a half an hour. So that's what I would do. Is I would sit in front of the TV and basically just plunk this on my arm and let it sit and rest for a half an hour, do whatever, and after the half an hour, take it off, go to bed, wake up, take this thing off. Took me about 12 days, and I feel a lot better. My elbow is no longer giving me pains, no longer giving me problems. I still do feel it just a little bit, but not enough to actually cause pain, just to let me know that it's still there. But as I said before, it's a significant improvement over having to deal with this thing for 2 months. And I see that there's things online about how to cure this stuff, and it involves the use of elbow braces, and it involves the use of surgery and pain medication. And I was like, I don't want to go to surgery because, first of all, I can't afford it. I don't want to do surgery, and I don't want to. And if I do the surgery, then I'm going to be on pain medication. I don't want to get hooked on pain meds. So, and I really just don't want to use an elbow brace, because I heard that elbow braces actually weaken your arm over time because they're providing support where the support wouldn't normally be. Also, they're restricting blood flow, and that restricting blood flow is not good for the healing process and can, in fact, hinder the healing process. So, even though this sock does provide a slight amount of compression, it's not overwhelming. And when you throw on the hot sock, it feels so nice. And so that's it. That's my testimony. And I want to thank the guy, whoever he is, because I'm not going to go search his name, but I want to thank the guy who gave me this recommendation, because it totally worked for me. And yeah, so we'll see you guys later. Thanks.